president, American president, blah, blah, blah. So
yeah. And like I said, black excellence is white mimicry. Ain't nothing black about black excellence. Because if you say, you list anybody, list 10 people you might say are black excellence. Even the conscious revolutionary black people that have wide audience and everybody knows about them, it's the white shit that they most admire. Even Dr. King, he was set across from presidents. He got the Nobel Peace Prize. He stood on the grand White House. Not where was fucking the I Have a Dream speech? Where was that shit? The March on Washington. Even the pro-black people, the shit we celebrate about them is the recognition of white folks. So, and the reason I call it mimicry, because I went and looked up the definition of mimicry, and I was more accurate than I know. I be knowing shit before I know it, right? So mimicry is an evolutionary phenomenon, right? Where an organism superficially resembles another species. So superficially, Jay-Z's a billionaire and he's a hip hop mogul. Michael Jordan, Barack Obama was president of the United States. He is the most powerful man in the world, had his hand on the nuclear button. So you look at the surface, there's all these Negroes out here with titles, CEO, president, CFO, doctor this and doctor that, NBA, MVP. It's just titles, gold medalist. They even called Mike Tyson the heavyweight champ. He was the baddest man alive. And had 2-pound weaklings picking his pockets and couldn't do shit about it, but I digress. Right? So they resemble other species. So these black people that we call excellence resemble the white people. They got the same titles. Some of them got the same bank accounts, bigger bank accounts. Byron Allen, they got more money. Byron Allen went from being just a mediocre comedian to buying the most expensive house in America. He purchased or was in line to purchase the most expensive single family home in all the United States. Even white folks didn't have houses that nice. A nicer house than the CEO of Nike or Mark Zuckerberg, the most expensive private family home. So Byron Allen. And the reason they do it is to gain a survival advantage. So it resembles another species or object to gain a survival advantage. I've always said that black wealth is a ransom. So black people, when they get wealth, it is not just a reward for their work and talent or a byproduct. Black wealth is a ransom. From whether that black wealth was being a house Negro and getting the master's old knockoff suit during chattel slavery, getting an extra pocket of chitlins. If you ring the bell when Harriet come, you get extra rations. You get a little more that will help bring you some comfort and bring you some relief. Black wealth, since the establishment of global white hegemony, has been a ransom. And the primary expense or cost of black wealth is to relieve them from the burden of blackness. Relieve them from the burden of blackness. When Oprah made her billion, she said, the colors, black and white no longer matter. The only color that matters is green. You find Negroes taking that position. And one thing that Negroes can't be prouder of, these wealthy Negroes, is that when white people and other non-black people are racist in front of them, I've reached a level of sophistication. Trump been racist all his life. And if you look at Trump's history, he's been close friends with every famous Negro dating back to the 60s. Famous football players, famous Jesse Jackson, him and Jesse Jackson. Trump, back when people had Rolodex, had every prominent Negro in his Rolodex. Even he was hanging out with Black Panthers. And he was always racist. But the thing is, certain black people is like, common blacks get caught up on race. Common blacks are emotional. You say the N-word, or you say monkey or birdhead, and I'm a sophisticated black. I'm a black who has surpassed race. I'm so wealthy. I'm so famous. I'm so educated. I'm above these little concerns of the black masses. In fact, I'm a philanthropist. I give to the needy. Bill Cosby. So when you know you're safe, you can sit at a conference room table and they plan the destruction of our communities or just plan the overthrow of an entire black country. There have been black people at those tables. Colin Powell, Vernon Jordan. Because one of the best things a black person, I know I have arrived and I've reached a level of achievement that no Negro will see because white folks feel comfortable being racist around me because they don't see me as black. Because I'm so rich, I have surpassed black. Black wealth has always been a ransom to buy themselves out of blackness. Right? And so they mimic white folks, even including mimicking white folks' disregard for blacks. And they might warp it in their mind, but the facts are the facts, right? And then as protection from predators or get access to food or wealth, it's entirely driven by natural selection, whether by conscious effort. So black people have evolved to mimic white people in order to avoid the wrath of white people and to gain access and safety, protection. And it's superficial. What does superficial mean? Let's take one mimicking animal, the milk snake. One of the most poisonous snakes out there is the coral snake. And it has a color variation. It has big white bands and black stripes and yellow, black stripes and white bands. So the milk snake has an inverted, but almost like a common eye. Like if I looked at a milk snake, today I was looking up milk snakes and coral snakes. And if two of them crawled in here today, I wouldn't know the difference, right? But the milk snake is completely harmless. It looks like the coral snake. It moves like the coral snake. It hisses like the coral snake. When it's approached, it coils up like the coral snake. But when it bites, there's no fucking venom. That's black power. That's black excellence. A black person can have the title, the status, the money. But when it comes time to execute power, all they can do is mimic and serve the interests of whites. All these black moguls, these black CEOs. What's that boy's name? Money Mayweather. Said he had a $150 million watch. The watch I wear daily was free. It was a gift. So I got a $150 million watch. And now he's in court crying to another white man about how this other white man then robbed him and took everything. So black excellence is a coral snake. You see a black president and black people who put him there and tell us, well, I can't give me a Supreme Court justice. I can't do nothing that they don't want me to do. Even black congressmen and senators are doing sit-ins at the Capitol building. Like we fucking did sit-ins in colleges. We did sit-ins in cafes and diners in order to get them Negroes into the seat of power, and they still do fucking sit-ins. Why the fucking congressmen and congresswomen doing sit-ins? Because they're coral snakes, they're milk snakes. So black men say, I'm a mogul. Every black man get up here and say, I'm a mogul. Remember Jay-Z was telling us, I'm transforming Brooklyn. I'm building this big center and $1 billion deals, and find out he's a 1% owner. And most of these prominent black moguls, they're mascots. So they don't have the venom. They look the part, and they come back to our communities. They come give commencement speeches at our black colleges and black high schools. They pull up trucks and give out turkeys, but they don't own or control the means of production. They are not true. They have no real power. They are administrators. They can manage. They can administer the white man's power. They can manage the white man's store. They can preside over the white man's government. But every single decision they make is approved by, sanctioned by, overseen by, and benefits the dominant people. So how the fuck are you being black excellent when all your wealth, whether it is your policy as a president or your winnings as a prize fighter, when it always, generation after fucking generations, ends up right back where it started from? I mean, black people's wealth is just you're a placeholder for wealth, because it always goes back. Like Kanye West even admitted, the white man gets paid off of all of that. And the moment they pull the economic rug out from under you, Kanye went Nazi. So you can't perform in the UK. Could he say, well, fine, I'll go to Ghana. I'll go to Nigeria. Hell, I'll go to South Africa's racist and anti-black. I'll go to South. If I can't go to the UK, Jay-Z wanted to go to China. They told him no. There's no power there. And even Jay-Z said, all black people got is sports and entertainment. And even when someone's not in entertainment, Dr. Fubar, the scholar, or Barack, the Obama family, political dynasty, we turn them into celebrities. And they played a part, putting on cool clothes, slaying sick shit, being slick and cool, hiring, doing little photo ops and shit. So that's not power. Power is to own and control the means of production. Power is the ability to sanction your enemies, subvert your enemies. Show me where the black excellence does that.
Okay, so you just said a little bit about black power. Well, a lot of people would think, or they say, we need black excellence to support black power.
Black excellence opposes black power. Black excellence opposes black power because the source of wealth and the source of legitimacy of black power comes from capitalism and white hegemony. Black power, since its inception, has been in direct opposition to white hegemony and capitalism. And if you interact with someone, remember Jay-Z said, people only started saying capitalism is bad when black people started making money. Jay-Z said the only thing better than 1 billion black billionaires is 2 black billionaires. So I don't know how black power and black excellence are in any way interrelated as opposed to being polar opposites. Obama was in a position to exonerate, to grant pardons to exiled and incarcerated Black Panthers. Obama could have just said the words, free Mumia. He didn't have to even lift a finger. He could have at least advocated for the right fucking thing. He said gay marriage, and although he has some level of sympathy and support for gay marriage and reparations, it's not time for it in America. But when he got in office, one of them things happened. One of them things he said couldn't happen did happen, and the other one did. So you tell me. I've never seen black excellence, because there are a lot of black power people out here that we have to take up money for. Daruba bin Wahad. We got black living legends. Pete O'Neill, Assata Shakur just recently passed. We got living legends, icons of the struggle right now. They're not They're not having any dinners for them, any parades for them. But once they die, they're going to show up everywhere over social media. They're going to show up on shirts and memorials. But while they're alive, they don't get the love, appreciation, support. So I think that Black excellence is about achievement, is about mimicking white people. And everything that a Black excellent person achieve, anything that can be granted or denied by the dominant system should not be part of anything that values or elevates a Black person. So if I interact with a Black person, they may have things or lack things that can be granted or denied this system, but the only thing I will value you on are things that come genuinely and uniquely from our people and our community only. How many people would be called Black excellence then? The white man's currency, the white man's titles, the white man's status. How many Black people would hold on to that? How many? So Black elites are not our elites because Black people don't have our own standards for what elite is. We're very clear on white folks' standards. Education within their attunement, learning what they deem worthy to learn, knowing what they deem worthy to know, amassing money, receiving awards, whether it's an Oscar or a Tony or